Hey, I'm Dean, I play guitar.
I'm Fats and I play bass.
I'm Ash, vocals.
I'm Darren, I play drums.
And I'm Sax, I play guitar. And together we are
Dezakrate. Ash likes relaxing, partying, having a good time. Yeah, he's just pretty kicked back and he likes to sleep as well. I'll give him that.
I don't know, I think he's sort of the quiet one, but he's also the loudest and constantly talks and talks and talks.
He likes to sit at home, listen to his music, just, kick back, do the sort of music thing.
Argumentative and usually late, but usually puts in an effort if you bust his balls enough.
One thing about Dino, after every gig we go to, we go in the pit and stuff, we get out and he's always got a brush in his car, has to brush his hair.
You can say anything to him and, doesn't take it personal. Like playing in a band with him's easy because he's just so open-minded. You can say what you feel to him. And that's what's good about Dino. He's just a top bloke.
Mr. Cool usually, but then before a gig you could just about knock him down with a feather.
He's always playing, try and tell him to shut up, he just keeps going. He loves to play his guitar. He loves taking care of his guitar. Basically, he loves his guitar, yeah.
Sax, he just works and just comes into jam and just watches and plays. And
he tends to, when he eats, he sweats on his nose. You can notice he starts to get full.
He's just Sax, there's no real words to describe him. He's just out there.
Nothing really bothers him. You got a problem, just talk to Mr. Sax. He always helps you out.
Fats is a pilot, so he's always comes into jam in his little pilot's outfit with his tie and everything on and starts headbanging and everything. It's pretty funny to watch.
I think he's the crazy one and the brains behind everything. Knows what to do and what comes next, just naturally.
Fats likes to eat. Eats a lot.
He always comes late with his Hungry Jacks. He's a happy little boy. He goes off a lot on stage.
Bennett tends to get these blisters sort of things after he drums a lot, which is good because he's doing his job.
He likes to work. He's a worker. Everything's neat and tidy. That's Bennett's.
Daz, he's just always organised, has everything under control, knows what's happening every time.
I'd say the structure of Dezakrate, strong-minded.
Most of us were in school. We actually recorded our first demo in one of the music rooms.
Our first gig was actually at the school here. It was only about 4 songs I think it was, but it was just a first gig like anything else. You have to have your first. And
it was kind of embarrassing because it was the first time I really got up there and played, and it was a fair bit of crowd.
First gig to nearly 1,000 people.
Yeah, we were only about 16 then. And it sort of progressed. We would jam at either Sax's or Darren's house, and Ash would scream into a little tape recorder, and we'd just record it, and then we'd play it back and listen to it. And yeah, it was some pretty rough recordings we've got, and then we slowly progressed as we got a little bit better and started doing a bit more original stuff to actually go into a rehearsal studio and actually rehearsing properly, and it just sort of progressed from there. We played a few gigs and just slowly accumulated more original stuff, and
as you keep going, you keep getting a bit more of a buzz, and you do more and more, get more and more of a buzz from it, and so you and just keep on going to new levels.
It's just a learning curve. With every new song you'd write, you just learn a bit more, and what your limits are.
The decision to do an album was Steve, Metal Warriors.
At first we were just going to do an EP because it's really all we could afford and had time to do, and then we were advised that probably we only needed a couple extra songs to make it a full length, and so we just scrounged up a bit more cash and went in the studio for another weekend a few months later with a couple new songs that we came up with and put them on, and actually sort of adds to the whole album, the atmosphere of it, because again the 2 songs are completely different because they were written at a different time from the rest of them.
Yeah.
And with a different influence over it.
Every song's got its individuality, and together it makes up the Dezakrate sound.
I think that's because like we all listen to metal, but we all have our favourite styles as well. So we all bring our own little
Lots
influence
of
to it.
We always try and make sure everybody in the band likes it.
Yeah.
And if one person doesn't like it, then it has to be reworked.
Yeah. We're all fussy as hell. Just, you've got to live with it for the rest of your life if you're writing it. It's our creations coming from inside us. You have to be happy with what you're putting out there. It's real personal.
At the end of the day, the product's better.
As things progress, we're starting to get into getting to play with metal bands. A lot high quality bands.
Bands like Dezakrate.
Vanishing Point.
Malediction.
Cryogenic.
But playing live is just a buzz, mate, because the adrenaline rush it gives you. You can't control yourself sometimes on stage.
It's all your emotions coming out at once.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't even know what's going on around me on stage or off stage. Just I know what's going on within me.
Yeah, you get this little, you're trapped in your own space. Yeah, your zone, and you're oblivious to everything that's going on.
Except for the music that you're playing.
Yeah.
You always get that little extra buzz there when you see someone out who's watching you enjoying it. That just fires you up that much more.
We've been hanging. We just sort of recorded this one and just want to go back in there, do another full length, which we're planning on doing already. We've been to talk about it, about when we're going to go in and
January 2000, Feb 2000.
Yeah.
I don't want anything special done on an album that I can't do on stage because that's what I believe is you have to stay true.
Yeah, that's right. And it's got to be good live. The CD can be great, but you also got to pull it off
You've got
live.
to back yourself up on stage. So.
Has to work well on all levels.
We got no voice himself. People.
blood brothers.